So we are getting geared up for a pretty good storm right now. Two storms moving in. The first one is not going to be a major storm, but it sets the table, and it is going to be enough rain to cause
make
some
the ground
problems.
wet, and then comes the big one.
And then comes a big one. And we're talking about when we haven't had a lot of rain at all, an inch, basically an inch and a quarter for the whole season, the oils on the pavement are going to get lifted out. We're going to have traffic problems. Let us go and have one moment of peace before we get to the chaos. Take a look at this. You see that off in the distance there? That was a whale breaching. Is that pretty cool?
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, unbelievable. Great work. Our folks there in our microwave control there. They do a fantastic job giving us some beautiful views around Southern California, but I would say that's one of the better ones I've seen. Great job. Excellent to pick that out. All right, let us get a little bit closer to home and get to it here because we've got a lot to talk about here in the noon hour. We're going to get you through the next couple of days where we're going to see some significant rainfall. It's 73 degrees here at the broadcast center. You see the clouds filling in. In fact, we're going to see increasing clouds. We'll start off with our pinpoint forecast in Long Beach, where we've got temperatures into the 50s overnight tonight, breakfast 56 degrees, and then 63 for your daytime high for tomorrow. We pulled the picture back here so you can see what's happening. Clear skies inland still. This storm is still, as I said, a good 36 hours away. There's the first front here, and we have two areas of low pressure that are eventually going to merge and then work their way, two waves, towards the west coast. Now, what we have are several components that make this an interesting system. First one comes in late Wednesday into Thursday morning. The second one, right on its heels, will be moving through Friday, and it looks like right through the middle of the day. We have what's called this southerly component to these storms, and that's what's going to enhance the rainfall total. We've talked about this before. When we get an offshore flow, the winds come up over the mountain on the north side and then scoot down and warm things up and dry us out. Well, quite the opposite happens when we get a southerly flow. Those winds start bumping into this mountain chain. It creates lift, so we see higher rainfall totals. We also see thunderstorms. And where those thunderstorms pop up, you get this heavy downpour, and that's the concern, especially along the San Gabriel Valley where we had those fires where you're going to see the debris flow. You heard someone talking about it in that story when we started the broadcast here at noon. The ground becomes what's called hydrophobic, which means everything just runs right off of it, as if it's an oil slick right down the way. And that's what happens when a fire burns that vegetation and burns it hot. It creates that slick surface there when we're talking about rainfall and debris flow. Futurecast. This shows us how the storm is going to play out and gives us a little bit of a timeline. You can see things moistening up and the clouds thickening up as we make our way through the day. We're going to stop right here tomorrow at 11:30, so right around the lunch hour, and you can see the first wave of rain moving through San Luis Obispo County into Santa Barbara County. Now we'll put it into motion and take us into Wednesday evening, and you can see a slug of moisture right through Ventura County and into Santa Barbara County, making its way into the San Fernando Valley, the Newhall Pass right here, and we're talking about 10 o'clock tomorrow night. And then we work our way into Thursday morning here. This is in the overnight hours where, again, that wave of moisture moves through the metro area and into Orange County. And then by Thursday, middle of the day, we're starting to clear things out. We get a break before the next system rolls in. Here are some details for you. First storm arrives late Wednesday, about 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch on that first storm. Second storm midday Friday, about 1 inch on this one to 2 inches, 4 to 6 inches for some of those foothills. Lots of snow with this system above 6,000 feet, about 1 foot at 6,000 feet, maybe 2 to 4 feet at 7,000 feet. That's way at the tippy tops of the mountains. And urban flooding and thunderstorms, certainly a possibility along with water spots. So there's a lot to talk about here. You can see temperatures on the cool side. We're not going to really dry out until later on Sunday. I want to quickly give you that quiz question here to think about as we make our way through the broadcast. What game was created by Blaise Pascal studying perpetual motion? Rubik's Cube, roulette, Monopoly, or jacks? The answer coming up.